Part 1. The Compromise that mixutes with everyone. Hello everyone who doesn't miss a single chapter and lives accompanying every detail, every expression, and every secret of Cuida. I'm Silvio, and today I'm going to tell every second of this Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 chapter. There are so many good things, so many twists and turns that no one has seen coming, that I even run out of breath just remembering everything that happened. Let's start right away with the moment everyone has been waiting for weeks, which left the cast behind the scenes and will leave you with your heart in your hand. Adriana went straight to the launch event of Adamir's new brand, in the neighborhood's main ballroom, and she was not afraid at all to come close, look into that man's eyes and say everything he kept for months without being able to say. She didn't beat around the bush, didn't speak indirectly, didn't leave room for doubt. You bought witnesses to unjustly condemn me, to rebuild my life, my career, and my dignity, and I'm going to prove it to everyone, whatever the cost, even if I have to risk everything I still have. No one expected her to be that direct, much less that Adamir would look like that, pale with hands unable to deny it from the face, just looking to the sides as if they were looking for a way out or someone to help them. Backstage, anyone who worked at the convention says that even the technicians, makeup artists, and security guards stopped what they were doing to watch, because the tension was so strong that it could be felt from afar, as if we were there in the audience along with the characters. They also say that Letitia Collin, who plays Adriana, rehearsed this scene more than 12 times during the week, as he wanted each word to have exactly the strength, pain, and determination that the character deserves, and he certainly did, because it was perfect. Many people believe or do not realize that Adriana is not alone in this fight. She has Nancy, Lyris, and Mau Mau by her side, and the three women are putting together a thorough plan, with documents, testimonials from people no one would think of looking for, and evidence. It will leave a lot of people speechless. Mau Mau, your brother-in-law, tried to warn you before the event. This dangerous man has connections and resources to get in the way. Exposing himself too much can get worse. I don't want to see you suffering again. But Adriana is willing, as she said before entering the hall. I won't stop until I clear my name, until everyone knows the truth, nor that I have to face every person who doubted me, everyone who helped spread lies about me. Notice, Tutubi sometimes doesn't deliver the videos to everyone, have you seen? Even though you've been signed up for a long time, sometimes the system doesn't show our content by chance, so in addition to signing up here in the world now, activates the bell soon. If not, they may never receive our videos again, and you'll be left out of all the bombs, all the exclusive details, and everything that will happen in the soap opera in the coming days and weeks. Eh? For you. Do you think Adriana can prove for good that Adamir set her up and will be able to clear her name? Comment yes or no down there. Curiosity for the next one. Do you know who appeared right at the door of the hall, saw all the conversation between the two, and was hidden listening to everything without anyone noticing, not even the security guards? I'll explain everything in the next part. I don't get out of there for nothing. Part 2. The fatal mistake of P that no one expected. And now comes the moment that is already being demonstrated everywhere, that everyone is posting, sharing, and discussing on the networks. Pedro made a mistake that has no return, that could change the whole course of his story with Bruna and leave all the characters in confusion. It all happened at Bruna's parents' house, at dinner time, when they were discussing Pedro's father's 60th birthday party, which will take place next weekend and to which everyone has already been invited. He calmly explained at first that he doesn't want to go, that he doesn't feel comfortable, who still has many things to resolve within himself, and unintentionally, in the midst of the discussion when Bruna raised her voice, called the bride Adriana's name. Simple like that, without thinking twice, without realizing what she was saying. Calm down, Adriana. You don't have to stay like that. I'm not trying to fight with you. And when he realized what he had said, it was already too late. Bruna stopped immediately. He dropped the fork on the plate hard, looked at it with eyes full of tears, and asked in a trembling, grief-filled voice, "Who are you yourself? Who are you going to marry in 2 weeks? Who are you living these months all?" Backstage, the team says that this scene was recorded 3 times, and in the last one, the actress who plays Bruna was so excited that it took almost 10 minutes to talk again. Usually, because he really felt the pain of sadness. Chase Wade, who lives with Pedro, gave an interview after the hearing and said, "This moment is the definitive turning point. He can no longer hide what he feels, even from himself. And this mistake shows exactly where his heart is, no matter how much he tries to deny it." Carmita, who was in the kitchen preparing dessert and heard everything through the open door, appeared at the door and was shocked, not knowing what to say. Then he even talked to Bruna in the living room. He said that he had noticed for months that the was not fully present, that he always seemed to be thinking of someone else, as if a part of him was missing there. And you know what else? After the argument, Pedro left the house walking aimlessly, without picking up his coat or cell phone, went to the central square of the city, and found Otoniel, who was sitting on the wooden bench. thoughtful and very sad about longing and all the family's confusions. Otoniel soon realized that something was wrong, that Pedro was destroyed, but Pedro didn't want to tell him what had happened. He just stood there, looking at the ground and thinking about what he had done. For you. Do you believe that Pedro still loves Adriana deeply and will have the courage to end his engagement to Bruna before the party? Comment yes or no. Curiosity for next. There's someone who knows exactly why Pedro never managed to forget Adriana, even after everything that's happened, and she'll reveal that secret to everyone soon. Stay with me. Don't leave. Part 3. Secrets of supplies and meetings that Mexor people. Now I'm going to share details that only those who follow closely, those who stay connected in the backstage news and in the cast interviews can know. Silvana went to Dora's house and talked to her in the laundry, away from all the other characters and employees, and revealed how she discovered that Fabio was making secret visits to Arthur before he died. I saw her leaving his house twice, well hidden, her face covered by a large hat, and her body wrapped in a coat, and I never had the courage to ask anything, because I thought it was their thing and I shouldn't put myself in. Dora did not understand anything, as she always thought that Fabio did not like Arthur very much, that she barely spoke to him at family events and always seemed uncomfortable around him. Silvana also said that she was afraid to tell him before, as she thought she could get into a big mess. But now that things are coming up and everyone is looking for answers, he decided to say everything he saw. And there's more good news. Ulysses was very upset with Fabia. He thought she had hidden something important about Arthur, and that she didn't trust him, but Lyris gave very sensible advice. Listen to her calmly before you judge. She never lied to you before, and she won't start now. And that's how the two got it right for good. Fabia explained that she was visiting Arthur to ask for help from a friend who was in financial problems and at risk of losing her house, and that she didn't tell anyone because she promised to keep it a secret so as not to expose her friend's situation. Ulysses understood the reason, apologized for having doubted her without listening to the explanation, and even invited Lyris to go out with him next weekend to discover a new place in the city. Pilar. On the other hand, she is more and more determined and does not stop planning. She talked to Ulysses and said that she intends to remove Tiago from the presidency of the family jewelry store and is already articulating everything with the most important shareholders to get enough votes. She said that Tiago doesn't have the ability to run the business, that he makes the wrong decisions, and that he's going to ruin everything, and that he's going to put Ingrid in her place. Change the direction of the company. Rosa wasn't left out either. She found Pilar in the street near thee and spoke very loudly, not afraid of being heard. If you hurt Adriana's family, if you use this situation to harm those who don't deserve it, you'll regret it a lot, and I'll be watching your every step. Nobody expected that reaction from her, see? And one more piece of news. Adriana got a job at the neighborhood beauty salon, where many important people come by every day to get ready, and there she will be closer to all the secrets that need to come out. Now I will send a hug to you who always follow and leave your comment. Mariana Costa, 32 years old, lawyer by profession, has been following the channel since January 2025, left a comment full of affection about the last video and sent a lot of strength to the team and to Princess Adriana. Thank you for everything, Mariana. Carlos Alberto Souza, 45 years old, application driver from San Jose dos Campos, has been with us since the debut of the channel, always comments on his theories about the soap opera, and shares our videos with friends. Thank you, Carlos. You are very important to us. Juliana Rocha, 28 years old, Itaquaquecetuba teacher, follows everything from March 2026, sent a beautiful message saying that she doesn't miss any narration, and that she is looking forward to each chapter. Kiss on the heart, Juliana. For you. Do you think Fabia is hiding anything else about visiting Arthur and the friend she was helping? Comment yes or no. Curiosity for next. Brigitte got a new job, but nobody knows that she has a very big plan that will involve everyone, main characters, and change the story of several of them. I'll tell you more soon. Part 4. News and surprises that no one has seen coming. Let's talk now about the things that messed with the plot today, which left everyone surprised and asking how they didn't think of this before. Brigitte, who is very smart and knows exactly what she wants, managed to be hired at Nicolao's Cafe in the center of the city, and she's already keeping an eye on everything people say. And over there, backstage, they say she asked for the job precisely because she knows that many members of the Brando family, Arthur's friends and people connected to Adamir, stop by every day for coffee or lunch, and she will use every conversation to uncover secrets about Arthur's death and about Adamir's lies. She said to a friend she met on the street, "Here I'm going to hear what nobody wants to say to the camera. What people say when they think no one is listening, and I'm going to use that to help those in need." Nancy also had a special moment. She found Laurentino in the square, sitting on the same bench where Otoniel was with Pedro, and he said that when he was young he was completely in love with Silvana, but he never had the courage to tell anyone, not even herself. But Nancy warned him with great affection. Take it easy, Camilo still doesn't trust you. And if he notices that you are approaching the family with motives, it will be very difficult for you to understand each other. Camilo remains very cold and distant with everyone, doesn't talk much and avoids conversations about his father, and Nancy comments that he will never forgive the loss of his father and that there is something else behind this pain that he doesn't tell anyone. And we cannot forget Elisa. She was released from the hospital today. Adriana is recovering at home, thankfully, and is concerned for her daughter's well-being. She requested caution from Adriana's daughter, fearing confusion could lead to further suffering. However, Otoniel warned Rosa that the family may need to relocate due to the changing circumstances. This could alter the story's course as they now must find a new residence, away from everything they know and all the people they can help. We also have details that Tiago found out about Pilar's plan and is already preparing a surprise for her, which will make the girl disliked. Remember, if you love to stay on top of everything that goes on in soap operas, with exclusive details and backstage gossip that no one tells, sign up now in the world now. Activate the bell to receive first-hand warnings in the Tutubi and Erliok. Waste no time, as soon we will have more amazing news. For you, do you think Brigitte will discover any important clues about Arthur's death at Nicolaus Cafe? Comment yes or no. Curiosity. For next, there's a twist surrounding Adamir's launch party that will change Adriana's whole plan once and for all. Come with me and I'll show it all. Part 5. What will happen next and the details that no one counts. Now I'm going to share details that leave everyone heart in hand, that show how the plot is getting stronger and full of surprises. Mao Mao was very concerned about Adriana's idea of impersonating a female employee at the law firm to investigate Adamir's documents. If they get you, if they find out you're not on the team and you're there to see confidential files, it's going to be worse than last time. They can use that to say you're making up evidence, and it's going to end up making everything worse. But Adriana is right about what she does, and she has the help of Nancy and Lyris to make everything work out. They will monitor every step, wait outside, and if something goes wrong, they will intervene quickly to help her. He couldn't sleep all night, and Andre, his best friend, soon realized that he's not happy on the engagement, that something is missing in his life, and that he can't pretend anymore. The lawyer even asked Kleber, Pedro's cousin, if he would have the courage to finish everything to be with the one he really loves, and Pedro couldn't answer. He just lowered his head and was silent. That's a very strong signal, isn't it? And Pilar keeps planning. She's been talking to old suppliers, employees who have worked at the jewelry store for years, and people who know the family's history well, to get Ingrid in charge. And they say she's going to cause a scandal at Pedro's father's birthday party, which will shock everyone. She wants to draw attention to what she thinks is fair, but she doesn't know that it could end up hurting herself and revealing her own secrets. We also have behind-the-scenes details of next week's hearing. The team has built a new set, with a secret file room at the Lawyers Association, where Adriana will find fundamental evidence. And the actors say that this scene will leave everyone breathless, because nobody expects what will appear in the papers. Another novelty. Fabia will find a letter from Arthur that he left hidden, and this letter can completely change the way everyone sees his death. For you, do you think Pedro will have the courage to end his engagement to Bruna before his father's birthday party? Comment yes or no. Curiosity for the next. The person involved in Arthur's death may be closer than we realize, and someone will discover a fundamental clue in the next chapter. Part 6. Complete and what comes. Aid to close with a golden key. Let's remember everything that happened in the chapter today. Adriana confronts Adamir at the launch event and accuses him of buying witnesses. Pedro calls Bruna by Adriana's name and shakes up the whole relationship. Silvana tells Dora about Fabia's secret visits to Arthur. Ulysses and Fabia make peace, and Ulysses invites Lyris out. Pilar reveals her plan to take Tiago out of the jewelry store presidency to put Ingrid. Rosa threatens Pilar to protect Adriana. Brigitte gets a job at Nicolaus Cafe to investigate secrets. Elisa is discharged from the hospital and asks for care for her daughter. Laurentino tells his old passion for Silvana to Nancy. Otoniel warns that the family may have to move house. Tiago learns of Pilar's plan and prepares an answer. And Adriana gets a job at the beauty salon to stay longer. Close to information. There are a lot of good things coming around in the next chapters. More secrets about Arthur's death, evidence against Adamir that nobody expected, a very important decision by Pedro, a twist that will change the story of all the characters, and a reunion that will make many people happy. Stay tuned, because here in the world now, I bring everything firsthand with exclusive details, backstage gossip, and no twisting at all. Thank you so much for following you guys here. You are the reason I am here every day, preparing the best content for you with all the love in the world. Leave your comment with your opinion, share with those who also love the soap opera, and don't forget, sign up and activate the bell so you don't miss anything that will happen. A big hug, a kiss on everyone's heart, and until the next narration.